Jimmy Butler wasn't impressed, not even a little. After the Golden State Warriors cruised past the Portland Trail Blazers in a dominant 119-97 win, most teams would be celebrating. Blowout victory, great shooting night, big lead at halftime, crowd happy at Chase Center. But Jimmy Butler, he had one word to describe the Warriors' season so far: mediocre. And that word says everything about where this team really stands. Because while the scoreboard screamed dominance, Butler's message was cold, blunt, and impossible to ignore. Winning one game doesn't erase months of inconsistency. The worst place to be is to be mediocre, Butler said. And honestly, he's not wrong. On paper, the Warriors looked incredible. Butler himself played efficiently, scoring 16 points on just 7 shots, while adding 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Golden State forced 22 turnovers, hit 23 three-pointers, and carried a massive 26-point lead into halftime. That's not luck, that's control. But Butler wasn't interested in the optics. He was talking about something deeper: the identity of this team. Because at 22-19, sitting 8th in the Western Conference, the Warriors aren't bad, but they're not great either. And that's exactly the problem. This game showed what the Warriors can be and why it's so frustrating that they aren't this team every night. Stephen Curry didn't even need to score to dominate. In fact, he scored just 7 points on 2 for 9 shooting, and yet he completely controlled the game. Curry finished with a season-high 11 assists, orchestrating the offense, manipulating the defense, and setting the tempo. The Warriors ended the night with 34 assists on 42 made field goals, a clear sign of elite ball movement. This was Golden State basketball at its purest. The ball moved. Defenders were stretched. Shooters were in rhythm. Portland simply couldn't keep up. From the opening tip, Golden State set the tone. They made 14 of their first 22 shots and exploded to a 38-22 first-quarter lead. The Trail Blazers, already shorthanded without their leading scorer, were overwhelmed by the Warriors' pace, spacing, and shot creation. And then came the bench. This might have been the most encouraging part of the night. DeAnthony Melton led all scorers with a season-high 23 points, bringing energy, confidence, and shot-making that changed the flow of the game every time he touched the floor. Brandon Podziemski added 15 points, playing with poise well beyond his years. Moses Moody chipped in 14 points and quietly made history, passing Mike Dunleavy for 12th place on the Warriors' all-time three-point list. Everything clicked. So why wasn't Butler satisfied? Because this performance raised an uncomfortable question. If the Warriors can play like this, why don't they do it consistently? That's the gap Butler is talking about, the space between potential and reality. This wasn't a bad team the Warriors beat. It wasn't a statement win against an elite contender. It was a Portland squad missing key players, struggling to stay afloat. And for Butler, that matters. Winning games you're supposed to win doesn't define greatness. Sustaining that level against the best teams does. The Warriors are stuck in the middle, too good to tank, not dominant enough to contend. That's the danger zone, and Butler knows it. His comments weren't criticism for the sake of negativity. They were a challenge, a demand for more urgency, more consistency, more accountability. Because this roster, with Curry, Butler, and a deep bench, should not be satisfied with pretty good. They should be hunting something bigger. This game proved the ceiling is still there. But until the Warriors bring this same focus, ball movement, and intensity every night, Jimmy Butler's word will continue to hang over the season. Mediocre. And for a franchise built on championships, that might be the most uncomfortable truth of all. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Do you agree with Jimmy Butler, or was this win a sign the Warriors are turning the corner? Because the second half of the season is coming fast, and excuses are running out.